So what is Slackers? Slackers is a comic book, video game, and movie store. There are only a few locations in Illinois and Missouri. These video games and comic books and movies that they sell tend to be more on the collectible side, such as action figures for them and other collectibles like posters. Slackers is only on a couple social media sites. These are Twitter and Facebook. I will be taking a look at how they can further expand on these social media sites, as well as possibly take a look at expanding to other social media sites. When looking at social media, each social media platform hits a different age generation. For instance, we will be looking at Facebook. Facebook, it primarily focuses on the older generation, being it was one of the first social media platforms. Slackers does not do the best job at advertising to this older generation. They combine advertisement that is intended for younger users on top of advertisement that is intended for older users. Slackers will want to start focusing their advertisement primarily at that older generation. This doesn't mean they can't add the advertisement for the younger generation, but they will still want to focus on one generation in particular and use other social media platforms when focusing other generations. Now, looking at Twitter, Twitter has a lot of younger generation users. Slackers does a very good job at the content they post on Twitter being aimed at this younger generation. There's a lot of funny videos and pictures that they post to their Twitter account. This should help drive up the amount of activity that they have on their Twitter account and brings more people into the store overall. This large young crowd that is on Twitter does not mean that they also cannot post some of the content that is aimed at the older generations. There are still some people that are older generation that are on Twitter. They still do post that content, again, doing a very good job. They post that content aimed at the older people, just not as frequently as the content aimed at the younger people as it should be on Twitter. Slackers currently has one main problem with their social media, and that is that they only have two social media accounts, Twitter and Facebook. Slackers needs to look at expanding to other social media accounts such as Instagram. Instagram is kind of like a middle ground between Twitter and Facebook. It has a lot of older generation and a lot of newer generation on that platform. From joining Instagram, they could then further expand all the people that are reaching to. Plus, with Instagram having easy share feature, they could even have some of their customers sharing their content out to their friends if they are interested. Having this Instagram account could be a whole new ballgame for Slackers. It could bring in a whole new wave of people into their stores to further boost their sales just from joining the social media platform and not doing too much different from what they currently do on Facebook and Twitter, just kind of combining the two in all the advertisements that they post. Slackers does do a fairly decent job with their social media activity and on their social media accounts. They just need to look at expanding to other social media accounts, such as mentioned Instagram, to further boost the range and audience that they are reaching. On top of that, looking back at their Facebook, they need to narrow down what audiences they are trying to reach. It seems like they are trying to reach a bunch of different audiences on a single platform when they could just use a bunch of different platforms to reach all those audiences. This is what I feel Slackers should do to improve their social media account activity and boost all their overall social media engagement.